Your information station, WTIM.
It's a WTIM morning show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark. And People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. You'll find the streams on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. Well, it's always time to think about furthering your education, especially for those who are graduating high school the next few months, or maybe right now you're thinking about going back to school. And I have Lincoln Land Community College Taylorville Director Dee Kruger here to talk all about it. Welcome back, Dee.
Thank you, Avery.
So what do you got going on now? What can I register for if I'm thinking about going back to school?
Sure. We're right in the middle of summer registration now. Classes start June 5th. We have our CNA classes already half full, which is really good news for this early in registration. We will have those hard classes like microbiology. Maybe speech is hard for you during the summer. Summer's only 8 weeks long, so you have plenty of time to get and do something before summer begins or after summer begins. It's a great time to take a course and transfer it to another college, perhaps. Perhaps you're home for the summer and want to get something a little cheaper than at your university. Tuition is due May 17th. You still have time to apply for FAFSA. Make sure you're filing for the 23-24 school year because our summer starts our financial aid year. If you're interested in applying, the first thing you do is just go to Lincoln Land's website, apply, and that'll put you in a communication chain with us and with us in Taylorville, as well as others in Springfield, and we'll get you to where you need to be.
Another scenario that someone might consider going back to school, and I'm speaking from personal experience recently, they're trying to get into a graduate program of some sort, and they need to retake a class. That's another example.
That always happens too, especially in the healthcare field. You have to do everything within 5 years. And in master's program, once you started, I believe it's within 5 years too, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
So being able to get some of those courses out of the way in the summer would be fantastic.
And you're thinking about fall too already, right?
Already. Fall registration. It sounds like it's far away, but it really isn't. It starts April 13th. Classes start Monday, August 21st. The classes are now available to see online in Logger Central. We offer classes again in several ways, fully face-to-face, fully online, or hybrid, half online, half face-to-face, which is kind of the best of both worlds. You still have that one-on-one with your teacher, but you get to do some of your work online. Let's see, for fall, we have biology, microbiology, or human anatomy. Once again, 45% of my students are healthcare students, so those are always the most popular classes. We also have our welding program. It's in the evenings, and we're looking for some new students in that program. There's great opportunities for employment in this area, so if you come out, get yourself a sort of certification, you'll be able to get into some place of employment, on in the front lines with welding. Our scholarships are going to be due March 1st, which is Wednesday of this week. I'm a procrastinator, so to all the procrastinators out there, today is the day.
Today's your deadline, and then you'll get it in on time.
Yes, exactly. Our scholarship application is very easy. It's one application for over 250 scholarships. You don't have to figure out which one you're eligible for. We have a lovely computer program that does that based upon all your answers. Our average award is like $1,000 per year, and they give away around $275,000 per year. If you want more information about that, you can call our scholarship office at 217-786-4502.
How much money do you have that you give away?
It's about $275,000, I believe.
Yeah, it's a lot of money available. So you got to jump on it as soon as possible because it's going to go quick.
It is.
Yeah.
And students come in April and May, and it's already too late. So and university deadlines are early too. A lot of times they're February ones. So.
Right. I think that's goes in line with what my university went with. It was about roughly February 1.
Yeah.
I'm backtracking a little bit here, but what kind of courses in summer quarter are unique that you don't usually offer, if you have any that you can name?
Not really. Our summer is pretty much the same from summer to summer. The CNA is a staple there, and so is our microbiology, our general biology,
those ones,
chemistry, those kinds of things.
Chemistry, okay. What about in fall? Is there anything that you can take in fall that you can't take in other quarters or semesters?
Now you're tricking me. I'm going to have to go back and
No,
think about that.
I'm sorry about that. Well, or
Um,
maybe you have any courses you're excited about.
Yeah. We're pretty much the thing that changed a lot for next fall is we're going back to the 16 weeks instead of the 8 weeks.
Okay.
So my schedule was totally torn upside down and inside the other.
Mm.
We're offering the same core courses. We want to build up our enrollment in those core courses before we go out and branch off and offer criminal justice, let's say.
Right. What's the benefit of taking those core courses at Lincoln Land Community College?
The first thing is the cost.
Mhm.
It's the very same course you're going to take. Biology 101 at the U of I in Champaign is the same course you're going to take at Lincoln Land because all of the objectives are the same and everyone meets those same objectives. So in your general ed curriculum, those courses are fully transferable anywhere within the state of Illinois, I'll say.
Mhm. Those used to be, or at least where I went to school, they referred to them as UCore classes. Is that what they refer
We
to
call
them
them
as?
gen eds.
Gen eds.
Pretty
Same,
much.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And that's a great, Lincoln Land Community College is a great opportunity to get those taken care of before you go on to another place of education.
Exactly. And that's what's important with our College Now program too, because I have 2 students that graduated high school or college before high school this year. So they're going to run in and be juniors when they get to their university. The time is now to let your counselors know if you're interested in College Now, because March 15th or so is when the counselors send us our list. And then what we do is we contact all the College Now students and set them up with a new student orientation and then get them registered for class.
Who's eligible for college now?
Anyone age 16, usually they're juniors or seniors. The school's pretty much determined based upon behavior, attendance, grades, things like that.
Okay. So exceptional students rather, going into their junior or senior year. So sophomores and juniors should really think about applying right now if that's something they're interested in.
Exactly. It's time now. If they have more questions, they can contact us at 786-2754, or they can email me, dee.krueger, KRUEGER, at llcc.edu.
Obviously, College Now is very beneficial for all the reasons you already mentioned. It's cost saver. It expands high schooler students,
right,
more than just their bare minimum. But I guess as far as I'm thinking of skills that maybe don't go on a resume, how does College Now benefit those high schoolers?
Well, we hope it's given them a breadth of information in different categories, like your social sciences or your sciences.
Yeah, that's always very helpful in the long run of the grand scheme of their knowledge and their schooling.
Right. And I just believe the more you know, the better off you are. So it's going to make them be able to, write a resume, hopefully,
Right.
and that cover letter to get that job that they want after they graduate or to get into the university that they want.
Right.
Because sometimes there's a writing component to that as well.
Yeah, I learned a lot about writing in my 2 years of community college and getting into those. I mean, that
you learn how to study, how to take tests, how different professors, go about it different ways, and you get used to those different personalities. That's kind of what I like about college, because we have, faculty from Ireland, England. You get to learn different things, than just from the American perspective. It's kind of interesting.
How do you match a College Now student with an advisor?
In Taylorville, Nokomis, Edinburgh's, Kincaid, left out one, Morrisonville, they all come to me in Taylorville, and I advise them on what classes. They have a choice of about 7 classes, so it's not a big choice. They're all gen eds, so as long as they're not taking something they already had or taking too many in one category, they'll be fine.
It's good to know that they already know the advisor.
Yes.
She's
They
right
know.
here.
Yep. They know me from probably when they're juniors in high school. When they register for dual credit, they get to know me then. And then by College Now, we're really starting to hone in on things. If they have dual credit, we work that into their degree. And then they, hopefully will be able to graduate early, or at least, graduate within a year of high school.
Remind me what the dual credit is and how it differentiates from College Now.
Dual credit is taught at the high school by a qualified high school faculty member.
Okay.
And then they get credit for Lincoln Land and credit for the high school. So like in their senior year, they get credit for English 101 and 102, and they get credit for English 4 at their high school.
First thing that popped in my mind was like AP courses.
Yes, those are dual credit as well.
Okay, it's
If
something.
you-
It's an example of a
Mhm.
dual credit course.
It is exactly.
Gotcha.
Taking those AP tests, I know they're really, really tough,
Yes.
and they cost.
Yes, they do.
And dual credit is free. College now costs, but dual credit is free.
Okay. One more time with that information, that contact information about registration and stuff. before
Sure.
We head into that.
Lincoln Land in Taylorville, it's 217-786-2754.
That's LLCC Taylorville Director Dee Kruger here on the WTIM Morning Show. More from her after this short time out here on WTIM. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first.
WTIM. Your information station. WTIM.
It's a WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville. You'll always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust. They put people first. You can find the stream on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. It's time to start thinking about summer and fall quarters at Lincoln Land Community College in Taylorville. And I have Taylorville Director Dee Kruger in studio. Dee, you have a little bit of a promotion coming up for summer quarter. Tell me about it.
Yeah, we do. It's called 3 for Free. You'll get 3 credit hours paid for along with the textbooks for a summer course. If you take a 4 credit hour class, then you're on the hook for the 1 credit hour. To meet the eligibility requirements, you must be a recent high school graduate or graduating this year. You must be an LLCC student who has not taken a class since a year ago. Or you've never taken classes at Lincoln Land. even if you're a college now or dual credit class, those classes don't count.
Mm.
So if you're a college now student, want to grab something in the summer, you can get this 3 for free. Now the trick is there's only so many of them.
Oh, okay.
So the application has gone out to some of the dual credit college now students already. And we have a few folks just off the street that had heard about it. So we're going to, they're eligible for it as well. What if you're interested in it, the first thing you need to do is apply to Lincoln Land, of course. That starts off everything. And then activate your email account, because then you're going to have to sign in with your username and password to fill out the 3 for free.
Define a recent graduate, if you would.
Somebody that maybe graduated in 2020.
Okay, within the last 2 years
Yeah,
or so?
and
Okay.
they just never went to college for some reason, or they went and stopped out.
Right. And this is something where you are applying. That doesn't necessarily, because they're limited, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it anyway. So you might as well apply.
Right.
Might as well,
That's what I tell everybody. Apply for everything.
It's a little bit like FAFSA, where you never know what you can do.
And scholarships the same way.
Anything else that you'd like to let people know about the 3 for 3?
No, that's pretty much it. It's pretty exciting. It's on a first come, first serve basis, of course. So after you're accepted, you must enroll in a course within 2 weeks or within the class starting. So
try saying it 5 times fast. 3 for free.
3 for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of hard. It's kind of catchy though.
It is. I mean, it rolls off the tongue well, but ask me to do it more than once, and I might have.
Yeah, I think we'd have trouble.
Maybe D, you can give me your best FAFSA advice.
File now. Always file early, especially if you're shopping around for schools. That way you kind of know how much money you have. You're always going to find that Lincoln Land is probably the best price. The reason for that, again, is not because we're cheap. It's because we're funded partially by property taxes. And if you live within our district, that's part of your tuition has already been paid for if you think about it by property taxes, where universities don't have that ability. So they're only funded by federal tax dollars, which isn't a lot. They're mostly funded by private donations and tuition. So that's how Lincoln Land gets their funding.
Right. But for FAFSA too, especially, in high school age, that can be pretty overwhelming. So when you're filling it out, I mean, what are some things you should remember?
You should have your 2021 taxes in front of you. If you didn't file as a student, that's fine, but then you'll need your mom and dad's 21 taxes until you turn the age of 24. A lot of people think that's unfair, but until the federal government changes their mind, it's still age 24. There is coming up, I think we will see an increase in Pell Grants as well as an increase in some people that are eligible for Pell Grants. We haven't got all the information yet from the federal government. Once the budget passes, I'm sure we'll get some more information.
I see your pending budget on that at this time. Gotcha. Well, Dee, we have a couple of minutes left. Is there anything else that you'd like to highlight before you head on the rest of your day?
Sure. I'll highlight the summer boost program in Springfield. You can get a taste of college. It runs June 12th through the 29th. If you're interested, you can call us at 786-2754. We're going to cover several topics. Reading, writing, math, science, media, and web design. So if you're interested in any of those things or just want to see how college life works, you'll get many lectures and just get to go over how college works for the day. And then we also have some Microsoft Office training classes that begin this week. Word Level 1 begins this week, and then Word Level 2 is in April. We're also doing Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook.
Is it too late to register for those classes?
No.
Absolutely. Okay.
You can still register for the one on Wednesday. I think I had 1 or 2 seats left.
Okay. And at the very least, maybe you could take one later.
Yes. And they don't really build upon each other. They totally cover different aspects of the program. So you don't have to take level 1 to do level 2.
Interesting. Okay. Lincoln Land Community College Taylorville Director D. Kruger, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark, and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. And you'll find the streams on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. You can listen to WTIM anytime when you go to TaylorvilleDailyNews.com, or you can download the WTIM app for your iPhone or Android or any smart device you have, or you can even tell your smart speaker, play WTIM. It's the WTIM morning show, again, right here on WTIM, your information station.
WTIM.